It's really a story about how a country so steeped in ancient traditions is dealing with a super modern revolution. Let's get into this tech paradox.
So here's the big question we're digging into. How can technology be this incredible force for making things simpler, but at the exact same time create all these new, frustrating complications? It's a paradox that's playing out all across Italy as we speak.
And this really sets the scene perfectly. We're talking about a culture that's famous for personal connection, for that shared life out in the piazza, and now it's face-to-face with this huge technological shift. And you know where you see this change the most? With the youngest generation.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about the youth. We're about to see how the smartphone has become totally central to the lives of young Italians, basically creating a whole new hyper-connected generation.
And listen, we're not just talking about them using it here and there. For kids in middle school, sometimes even younger, that phone is the absolute center of their universe. We're talking chatting, entertainment, even schoolwork, everything.
What's so interesting here is the massive cultural shift this represents. I mean, on one side, you've got the Italy we all picture, right? Vibrant, face-to-face, full of life. And on the other, this new reality of virtual interaction. And a lot of people see this scene, a group of teens all together, but each one just lost in their own phone, as really profound and honestly pretty troubling. And yeah, you can bet this has kicked off a major cultural debate. Parents, teachers, they're all raising the alarm about digital addiction and attention spans that seem to be getting shorter and shorter. And because Italian homes are often smaller and life is more centered on shared spaces, that feeling of digital isolation, even when you're surrounded by family, feels way more intense.
But hey, this story isn't just about kids on their phones. That's only half the picture, because at the very same time, the Italian government has been making this huge push into the digital world, all with the promise of making life way, way easier for everyone.
The goal here is pretty obvious. Use technology to slash those long lines, get rid of complicated paperwork, and tackle that legendary Italian bureaucracy. In theory, things like digital IDs and online portals should make dealing with the government an absolute breeze.
And look, for someone who gets tech, the process looks like this. And it is beautiful. Seriously, you log in, you fill out a form, bam, you're done. No waiting, no hassle. It's the dream of a modern, efficient state right there.
But here's the twist. This slick digital world is fantastic for some people, but does it actually work for everyone? This is where our story takes a turn, and that paradox really snaps into focus.
Because what's happened, almost without anyone noticing, is that the smartphone has transformed from a convenience into a mandatory key for just participating in daily life. It's not an option you can just decide to skip anymore.
This quote, wow, it just says it all, doesn't it? And this isn't an exaggeration. For millions of people, this is their reality. For so many basic tasks, if you don't have a smartphone, you're just locked out, period. And the crucial point here is we're talking about the absolute basics of life. Need to access healthcare services, got to communicate with your kid's school, manage anything with public administration, make a digital payment. It all requires a smartphone and a digital ID. The entire system now depends on it. And this brings us to the real cost of all this rapid progress. Because while one part of the population is speeding into the future, another is being left behind. And that's creating some serious social tension.
I mean, this just illustrates the divide perfectly. It's like two different worlds. For the young and the tech-savvy, this system is a massive advantage. It's fast, it's efficient. But for many older people, it's the exact opposite. It's a complex, frustrating obstacle that actually makes daily life harder, not easier.
And this isn't just about being inconvenienced. It's a much deeper feeling of losing control. For so many, this whole transformation feels like something that's being forced on them, taking away their own autonomy over their own lives.